Hello everyone, my name is Luminita. Last week you said that you want more outdoor videos from me, so today we're in the Alpine woods, and although we're so far away from everyone and we are kind of alone here, today I want to talk with you on a more sociological topic. We human beings are social people, so we need to live in societies and groups. And if you've never ever heard about the concept of tribe and amygdala, I highly recommend you to watch my other video about public speaking and the fear of public speaking. I explain more around there how it all functions. But today I want to talk less about why we want to be in groups and why we want to be in tribes, but rather how we are in them. And because I'm a girl and somehow the majority of my subscribers and viewers are girls, I decided to make a series, and yes, I said a series of videos, but I'll talk about it a little bit later. A series of videos about female groups and the dynamics and roles in there. If you're new on this channel, then you should know that I'm very passionate about body language, communication, and behavioral science. And because group dynamics, especially female group dynamics, are a very spicy topic, I decided to learn more about it. And in the course of my research, I got a little bit confused seeing different Greek letters such as alpha and beta and gamma and so on. Yet the more I was reading and learning about it all, the more I started to understand some situations that I've been in, or the more I started to understand myself and other girls that sometimes were super dominant and in other situations super submissive, which before doing this whole research made a real dissonance or cognitive dissonance in my brain. But now, after knowing it all, it makes perfect sense. To the topic of serious, I realized that you kind of hate long videos, at least on my channel. That's why I decided to break this whole information down in multiple shorter videos, which will make the first series on this channel. Let's applaud for that. The three major reasons why I'm doing these videos and why I want so badly to share this whole information with you. First of all, it's all for you. Yes, it's for you to understand yourself better. You'll see in the next weeks, when you watch all these videos, you'll realize that sometimes you're like this, and sometimes you're like this, and sometimes you're like this. And spoiler alert, according to the majority of the researchers, no one has a one stable role. We change our roles in different groups and we change our dynamic in different societies. So these videos will help you understand yourself better. The second reason is more strategical. That's why these videos are also good to be watched by men and guys. Next time when you're in a meeting or at an event and you see a group of women, you will know how to spot every single role in that group, and you will be able to use that knowledge for your own goal achievement. So you will know with whom exactly to speak in that role based on what you want to achieve. And spoiler alert, it's not always with the alpha. And the third reason is to finally speak and clarify all the stereotypes around female groups and female roles and dynamics and so on. I cannot tell you how many videos there are on the internet where they say that alpha is better than beta and beta is better than omega and omega is generally the worst and so on. It's not true. You will see that yes, they all are different, but every single role is crucial and important for the group to exist and for the group to evolve. Are you intrigued? Then let's get started with the basics or the overview, the general overview of every single role. And from next week on, every Monday, we will dive deeper and see the details, advantages, disadvantages, and so on of every single role. The first one is alpha, and alpha female is the most discussed on the internet, and it somehow stereotypically became the synonym to confidence. I was really surprised to see how every single woman right now is taught that she needs to be alpha, although it's not true, and you'll see in the next one. Generally, alpha female is the queen of the group. She is usually even optically in the middle of the group. She talks the most, she talks the loudest. We will also talk about body language, and you will see that Usually, if you look at a group, you will see that all the girls point their toes and their body towards the alpha female, but it's not only about being the queen and doing nothing. Alpha female takes the responsibility for the whole group. So yes, she kind of drives the dynamics, or she drives the group, but she also takes the responsibility for every single mistake and every single step, which makes the alpha female not just the queen but also the mother of the group, because she kind of protects them all. Contrary to many stereotypes, alpha female are not cold or cruel. She's kind of the sun of the group and the other girls are the planet. So yes, they are around her and she's in the center, but she also gives them the energy and the motivation and so on. Next comes the beta female, and no, it is not worse than alpha female, and no, it is not the opposite of alpha female. It is actually the right hand of the alpha female. Beta females are very similar to alpha females. That's why they are the perfect deputy of the group, meaning that if the alpha female is somehow not present, the beta female unofficially takes up the responsibility and the roles of the leader of the group. Also, it's very important to mention that beta female are not envious or jealous. They are actually very happy with their role and they don't want to take the alpha female's role forever. So yes, they can take over their responsibilities, but they don't want to really take the responsibility over the whole group. Gamma females are kind of the flowers of the group. They always look nice, they are clean and tidy, or their clothes are ironed. They are very helpful, they want peace, they're actually the peacemakers of the group. They also are very happy in their role because they don't want to have conflicts and take responsibilities. They are very spiritual, they do yoga and meditation and Pilates, and they're in the group, but they are not pushy. They're in the country, try to mild all the conflicts around. Next come the omega females, and I was so surprised to see many resources that would call them the last sort of female, which is absolutely not true. Omega female are indeed a little bit more reserved, and they actually enjoy their loneliness and they like to be at home. So when the whole group goes to a lot of events, the omega female might not go to all of them, but would consider to stay at home sometimes, which is fine. They don't do this because they're upset, they just like to be sometimes alone at home, and they use this time to read books and watch documentaries. So these women are the brain of the group. They have answers to every single question and they help the group to get out of the most critical situations. Usually you can easily spot them because they're more introvert, more reserved, they don't talk so much, and sometimes people, when they see them, they think that they feel uncomfortable next to the powerful leader alpha, but it's not like this. She is happy there because she can use her knowledge to help others. Delta female are a little bit different because this is the only role that doesn't feel well in the position that they are in. So if the others in the classification, really all of them, are different but they are happy where they are, Delta females want to be alpha. For these women, there are two situations. In the first one, Delta female stays in the group that she is in, but she is constantly questioning the authority of the alpha, and she is trying to kind of compromise her. Or she tries to bring the group on purpose in very dangerous situations in order to show that the alpha female is not that alpha. They are usually the troublemakers of the group, and sometimes, depending on the group dynamic, they can stay in the group and the other girls, for example the gamma, can try to cure her or make her happy or help her. Or some groups can just throw her away and then she's alone. In the second scenario, Delta female are aware that they want to be alpha and that they don't feel so comfortable in the group that they are in, so they voluntarily exit the group in order to develop themselves, to see new things, and then either create or enter a new group where they can finally be alpha and happy. Now you might ask me, what's the deal? Like, why can't deltas be alphas? And the problem is that these women have literally the same energy and motivation as alphas, but they lack the self-confidence. And if you are not confident in yourself and in your group, you cannot really lead someone else. So if you feel like a delta but you want to be an alpha, you should work on your self-confidence. And if you don't know how, maybe you can start with my video where I show you 5 things that self-confident people would never say. The last role is the Sigma female, and this one is quite different from the others because it is not really a role in a group. Same as Delta and Alpha, Sigma female have the motivation and the energy to be leaders because they're very strong. But with Sigma female, they don't want to take the responsibility for others. So they are the leaders of their own little kingdom with 1 or 2 people, mainly they and maybe 1 friend. But Sigma are more of the lonely wolves. Sometimes Sigma female can be perceived as arrogant because when they enter a group of people, you can feel their energy and you can feel their power. But they are not willing to be nice to everyone because they are not willing to build a group. So they are strong yet very distant. Nevertheless, if they're somehow in a group, for example, a very small friendship group or in a family, they will always protect their members. Now you have a very broad overview about all the roles in female groups. And just to remind you, it's alpha, beta, gamma, omega, delta, and sigma. In the next weeks, you will learn more about every single learn, what are the advantages and disadvantages, where their strengths and the weaknesses, and why you need to address a specific role for your specific goal. Also, this series is concentrated around female groups, so if you're interested in male groups and you want to know more about alpha male and if similar to alpha female and so on, let me know in the comment section below, and I promise to shoot a series about that as well. Up until then, don't forget to click on the bell button to always get notified when I post something new. Click here and here to learn more about communication, body language, presentation. Here to be part of my growing community. Like this video if you liked it. Remember that communication builds connections and miscommunication builds a mess. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!